My name is Big Mike. I'm an import enthusiast. I'm a car enthusiast first and foremost, but I ended up getting into imports and then sub-specifically Japanese cars, and I have developed a love for them. The import culture and scene and industry is a very thriving one, but it's a small bubble. And SEMA is the embodiment of the whole, and you can see how small the import presence is. And and the stigma. There's a stigma with building imports. They think Fast and the Furious, and there is that very much that exists. But there's also people like me who care very much about passion, execution, details, racing history, lineage, things like that. And when we build cars, I believe that it shows. And if people like it, cool. If they don't, so be it. And I've just been blessed that the stuff that I've put out, people in the industry, both high up and enthusiasts on the bottom, the grassroots guys, they love what I do. And I'm excited to be a part of this, and it's gotten out to the point where I was called in to collaborate with a world famous hot rod shop, Monkey Garage, to build their first ever import. My first build was featured back in 2005. I got my first cover in 2008. I've had multiple covers. I've been blessed with multiple covers from here to the UK. And now I'm on SEMA educational panels. I now freelance and write for various magazines, including the ones that I grew up reading. One day I get a call from Richard Rawlings of world famous Monkey Garage, and he's like, "Big Mike, never done a tuner, always wanted to do an import car. What do you think about coming to Monkey to help us?" And I said, it'd be an honor. So there it is, first ever import build, world famous Monkey Garage, and they called just privateer guy Big Mike to be a part of it. So it's a group effort, and we all built it together. They took the design I had in my head and a rendering that I brought in, and with input from everyone and some changes here and there, this is the final product. Having the honor of being called by a world famous hot rod shop to design and help out with the build of their first ever import, it was a big responsibility. I knew that picking the right car and doing it the right way is very important. And so something like a 70s Datsun I felt was the perfect chassis, because there's a rich racing history with the Z line. I didn't want to change the body, I wanted to accent it, but the idea behind the design was to have it look something like a ZG option, something very era specific and period correct, but where it mattered, such as suspension, power plant, and electronics, contemporize the car. A lot of the car is modeled after my personal Prelude. 2-liter, 4-cylinder turbocharged power plant. You make power, not too much power, usable power. So the same kind of concept. This S14 SR20 motor sits in the proper position in the engine bay to keep the weight balance. So you have about a 48-52 weight balance. And that weight balance is why the Z did so well in all of the racing. So even though there's more power and a new power plant, you don't need to throw that off and go nose heavy with a really large motor. You use what you know and what you trust. I have a great relationship with Honeywell Garrett, with Turbosmart, and a couple other companies. So when it came to the power plant, I contacted Garrett and said, this is what I'm building. What sizing do you recommend to get this kind of broad range of power? And we came up with a GT3071, and that's paired with Turbosmart, twin wastegate, and a blow-off valve. Once again, my previous car, Garrett Turbo, Turbosmart products. So, that's what I use for the power plant. So it's an S14 SR20, Hypertune top mount turbo manifold, Hypertune billet intake manifold, throttle body, fuel setup. Put it all together with the GT30 Turbo and use Vibrant Performance. Over the years, I've looked up to time attack racers, drag racers, etc. And I always saw the Turbosmart name and product on some of the fastest cars in the world. So I was like, okay, what's this company about? The industry's only so big. I got to know guys at Honeywell Garrett, and over time it was like, people introduce you to other people, and it was just like, I've seen this name and this product on some of these cars, I'd like to run it on mine. And I use those products on my car. They work, the fit, the finish, the diaphragm design, the internals, it's a quality product. And mine has performed flawlessly. Everyone else I know who uses them for things like global time attack and all kinds of racing, they haven't had any issues. So I said, you know what, I'll use it. My personal experience has been great. So when it came to this Monkey Garage Datsun build, SR power plant, it was only natural to use those particular products once again.